Welcome to Quackalope. We are currently
leaving GenCon.
We're leaving. No, literally, it's right there. You missed the. If you're watching this now, we're leaving the convention center. You missed the GenCon vlog. I don't understand how you didn't watch it, except there wasn't one. Shira, why was there not a GenCon vlog?
Because we didn't play any games really at the con.
We played some, but mostly over Shabbat in the Jewish community.
And the ones that we did play at the con, we can't talk about to you.
They were extremely secret. Holy cow, Shira. And we had what I would argue is, Shira,
the best convention ever.
The single best convention we've ever had. And we'll tell you all about it as we drive to my grandparents. So why was this the best convention we've ever had? Well, it was full of rare titles and games that we were excited about. Kingdom Death was back here, one of our favorite games of all time, for the first time in 3 years. The Gambler's Chest has arrived, and on top of that, we got to be in the convention as a couple, meeting people as a couple, doing business deals as a couple, playing board games as a couple, and buying board games. Well, no, Shira did all of that. I got no vote in the board games we bought, but I think she made some excellent decisions.
All right, we just stopped for gas. Apparently, sleeping in your car all night will drain it of gas eventually, which we did at GenCon in the vlog that you will not see. So, filled up on gas. We're about an hour out from Cincinnati. I am really looking forward to some Indian food and some board games. We'll let you know what we play. We'll actually show you what we're going to be playing at the restaurant, and then we're on to grandparents' house.
Shira,
yeah.
Why was this the best convention ever?
This was the best convention ever because we were married. Best ever. Getting married, being somewhere, doing what you really enjoy doing, playing games as a hobby, and getting to be there with the person you love. More than life itself is one of the best things ever. We also were really productive. We stuck together, we had meetings, we got to try out a lot of games, we got to bring home a lot of games, and we have a good future. We're working together.
Okay, we've made it to Amma's Kitchen, a delicious Indian kosher restaurant in Cincinnati, Ohio.
We are about to play Dogfight from Floodgate Games and Lorcana. And we hope to play both of them.
We're about 2 hours away from my grandparents. We're going to eat some food, play some games, and then make our way back soon. All right, let's go check it out.
So I picked up Dogfight because it is third in the series. It is after Blitzkrieg, it is after Caesar, and then comes Dogfight. And I'm excited because we've played both of those games. Jesse likes Caesar, I like Blitzkrieg, and we're gonna see who likes Dogfight best.
So any of you that haven't eaten at Amma's Kitchen in Cincinnati, Ohio, absolutely delicious Indian food. Fantastic kosher option if you're driving through. For us, it's a stop if we're able to, whenever we're on the road. Okay, we are leaving. We had delicious Indian food. We spilled some in the back of the car, so that's good.
It's gonna smell like paneer all the way.
Oh, delicious. We played Dogfight.
Yes.
And we played another round of Lorcana.
2 rounds of Lorcana.
With the blue and gray deck.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be honest, Shira. What are our initial opinions on both games so far?
Yeah. Dogfight seems to have a lot of luck, and I'm not sure it's the right game for me. So far in the series, I am liking Blitzkrieg the best, and then Caesar, and then Dogfight. Dogfight went by, I felt, too quickly, and not enough impact on what decision choice I was making.
It feels very random.
And then Lorcana, we have discovered, or we have been having the same problem with nearly every deck we've played, that there is not enough card drawing abilities.
We have a 60 card deck. We might go through 20 cards at most.
15, 20 cards at most. We're going through a third of our deck. We're not getting the cool, with a deck building game, you want those cool opportunities to actually have sequences and cards chaining off of each other and feel like it's not just a race. Like, it's not just the race to get the 20 lore. I want to feel like my card play matters, and I am finding that there's not enough abilities that let me draw off the top of my deck, and by the time I've finished inking enough cards so that I can actually play my high power cards and feel like I'm making a difference, then I'm just top drawing for the rest of the game. We top draw for like 2-3 rounds, and then whoever has the most lore wins. There's never an instance where we're losing because our deck is empty.
We want to love the game. We want to play the game. We want to build decks. We want to collect cards. We just might have to house rule it in order to make it fun. We'll see. Okay, honey, we pulled over to do some evening prayers and
get containers for the Indian food. They just have really bad containers at almost. Bring your own. They leak all over the place whenever they tip anywhere, and very frustrating all over your car.
The food's delicious though, so well worth it. So we got the car cleaned up, and now we've got about 2 hours to get to my grandparents, and we need to make a stop at a Starbucks on the way so we can upload a Kingdom Death video and possibly play another board game.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
But Clorox wipes for the win. Always carry them in your car. I'm thinking of implementing these retreat weekdays where Jesse and I just pack the car full of games that we have to play for coverage or for fun and drive down to visit Jesse's grandparents in Kentucky, which they live on a farm, they have a dog. It is so nice and wholesome to be there. They have a cabin out in the woods. And so bring down some games and just get off the grid. They don't have internet. They don't have like a lot of technology. They don't have a computer. They really just have a TV and one phone. And it's so nourishing and peaceful and serene to be there. So that's my game plan for the next few months, especially as winter comes and we're stuck inside. They also have a fire pit and chickens. Someone is in my window. Telling him secrets. That's not very pleasant. Good morning. We slept really well. Jesse's out getting cereal and milk for breakfast, and I just finished reading the rules for Bark Avenue, which I'm very excited to play. All the dogs are real in this game. The backers on Kickstarter sent in pictures of their dogs and their characteristics, and they made all the cards. You're basically a dog walker in New York City trying to take the most efficient dog walking routes by walking big dogs with big dogs, small dogs with small dogs, all their particulars. You can walk in Central Park and gain treats and tips, and the person with the most money at the end of the game wins. And so I'm looking forward to beating Jesse in this game.
Okay, we made it to my grandparents. I went out and got them some groceries that they insisted they didn't need, but I am under the assumption that they do need them, mostly muffins and Captain Crunch cereal. I think they needed it.
That's not for grandma.
I also,
It's
for grandma, got it for her. I also picked them up some packs of Magic the Gathering because Grandpa said he's always wanted to play. So, you know, Shira and I will figure out how to play it first, but eventually he'll get to it, I think. Right, Shira?
Yeah.
Shira, what are you doing?
I'm setting up Bark Avenue.
I don't know if you could hear or not. We are going to have thunderstorms as well, so it's a good day to play games.
First thoughts on Bark Avenue.
Enjoyed it. Very cute. Nice theme. I won, so that was nice.
Excuse you.
At 2-player, it wasn't very competitive, though.
It didn't feel tight. It didn't feel like we were resourcing restricted or action restricted. We weren't in direct competition with each other. All we really had to do was manage our own board and our own dogs. I think with higher player counts, it'll feel more restrictive. We did play the 2-player variant where you only play on half the board, and even then, it felt very wide and open and accessible.
But I think in some ways, if it's a accessible family-style game that people can get at a retail store, it might not be designed to be highly competitive or strategic. It might be a more feel-good, sit-down, talk with the other people at the table, and kind of play a game.
And it's cute. I mean, the dogs are adorable. The mechanics are very in line with the theme. You are taking the dogs to do their favorite activities, whether that's sniff a fire hydrant or splash in some water or play fetch. You have treats to sway them to walk with other dogs that they might not like. It was very on-theme brand.
Serious note, I'm learning how to play Magic the Gathering Commander to teach Shira how to play for the very first time. So that will be more strategic by
We talked to you about our problem with Disney Lorcana, and that we are struggling with the fact that 6 or 7 rounds into the game, we just start top decking. And in order to fully compare it to other TCGs, we have purchased Pokemon,
Yu-Gi-Oh,
and Magic the Gathering.
The 3 big ones. Now, we might also grab Dragon Ball Z and a few others down the road.
Yeah, but we're going to try and compare them and actually give an informed opinion and continue playing through Lorcana. We have a house rule that we're going to try out these next couple games, and we'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, it's the end of the night. We've played a few more games. We played 3 Ring Circus from DeVere, which I actually really liked, but I still want to see how it develops more players. We played a few rounds of Magic the Gathering as a comparison for Lorcana, and we played Everything Ever, a party game with my grandparents, which actually went surprisingly well.
That was my
Shira,
games.
This is the first time you've played any of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. I don't want to say this preemptively because I've only played a couple games with Jesse, but I like the sequencing. I like the way we played the commander deck, and I like the way my deck felt. I felt very powerful taking Jesse down. He didn't win any of the games. He was beat mercilessly, and the chaining felt so good and better than Lorcana. I love the Disney IP, but I actually see what a trading card game can actually be like when you're able to call. This is even just a non-cultivated deck. I didn't deck build this at all, and I felt like the powers synced with each other so well. They built off of each other, and I felt like I was chaining. I wasn't top decking at all. I had these cards that when you can like draw up based on all the creatures you control. There's nothing comparable to that in Lorcana at this moment. I know this is still the first like print run, this first chapter, and I'm waiting to see what else they can come out with, but so far Magic the Gathering is a win. I'm really enjoying it. We might do a couples challenge with each other where we break open packs, and then 3-Ring Circus was a lot of fun. Tighter and quicker than I was anticipating actually, and I do want to see the board opens up a lot more when you have more players. Places get uncovered and there's a lot more interaction, and I want to see how that develops. With 2 players, you're a little limited and you feel like you're kind of fishing through some of the decks for the cards you need to perform at the big cities because you need an exact number. Those are my first impressions. Everything Everywhere is a lot of fun. It felt like a trivia game with grandparents. And they've lived a lot longer than me and had a lot more vast knowledge of all these areas. So, yeah. Back to you, Jesse.
We're gonna head home. It's gonna be like a 5-hour drive. I am tired. Shira works at 7 in the morning. And we've got a lot of stuff to do when we get back to catch up and move the channel forward. So, that's it. This is our leaving GenCon and actually playing some games.
Stay tuned for our GenCon haul. We will show you everything that we picked up and have brought home. And until next time, get out and play some games.